You picked up your phone 14 seconds ago. You don't remember why, you put it down. 7 seconds later, you picked it up again. You do this between 80 and 150 times a day. Most of those times, nothing happened. No message, no notification, just a screen, and the faint feeling that you should put it back down. You already know this is happening, and it still doesn't stop. This is not a willpower problem. This is one of the most sophisticated behavioral traps ever built, running against the oldest wiring in the human brain, and it was designed specifically for you. Here is what is actually happening. Your brain has a system. Neuroscientist Kent Berridge spent 3 decades studying dopamine, and what he found changed everything. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. It is the wanting chemical. It is not the feeling you get when something good happens. It is the feeling you get right before something good might happen. This is a critical difference, because it means your brain can be made to want things obsessively and still feel no satisfaction when it gets them. In the 1950s, psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered something unexpected. When a pigeon pressed a lever and received food every single time, the behavior was predictable. But when the food arrived randomly, sometimes after one press, sometimes after 50, the pigeon became frantic. It pressed faster. It couldn't stop. The uncertainty wasn't a deterrent. The uncertainty was the engine. Skinner called this a variable reward schedule. In 2017, Sean Parker, the first president of Facebook, admitted that this was the exact mechanism the platform was designed around. The question they asked was, how do we consume as much of your time and attention as possible? The answer was a dopamine hit every once in a while. Someone likes your photo. Someone comments. You don't know when it's coming, so you keep checking. But this only explains the mechanism, not why you're so vulnerable to it. For that, you have to go back much further. Your ancestors lived in small groups, 30 to 50 people. In that world, information was survival. A sound, a movement, a shift in someone's expression, these things meant food or danger or opportunity. The brain that noticed changes before the others was the brain that survived. Your brain was built to be hungry for new information. Curiosity is not a personality trait. It is a survival mechanism. The itch to know what changed, who said what happened next. That itch kept your ancestors alive, and your brain still has it, unchanged, aimed now at a screen that generates thousands of updates per hour. There is another layer. In that ancestral world, being excluded from your group wasn't a social discomfort, it was a death sentence. Humans who monitored their social standing obsessively, who watched for signs of rejection, loyalty, threat, those were the ones who stayed included, those were the ones who lived. The dread you feel when your message is read but not answered, the compulsive recheck 30 seconds later. These are not irrational responses, they are ancient code running in a modern environment. Tristan Harris, a former design ethicist at Google, calls this the race to the bottom of the brain stem. The most profitable apps reach deepest into your oldest neural systems, not your reasoning, your reflexes, your hunger for novelty, your need to belong. Your phone sits in your pocket all day. The gap between the craving and the act has been reduced, by design, to less than 1 second. Your hand moves before you've consciously decided anything. Psychologist Adam Alter found that the most common emotion people report after checking their phone for no reason is not relief. It is shame. The wanting and the liking have been completely separated. You want without enjoying. You seek without finding. You check without resolution. Your ancient brain was built for a world where novelty was rare and social feedback was slow. The behaviors it developed were exactly right for that world. They are exactly wrong for this one. But knowing this doesn't stop it. You've read articles about phone addiction. You've said you spend too much time on it. And then you picked it up to check something while you were saying it. The information doesn't fix the system, because the system isn't listening to information. It's listening to chemicals, to reflexes, to patterns built not by your choices but by millions of years of survival pressure. You picked up your phone 14 seconds ago. You don't remember why. The system that fired when you did has been firing in some form since before your species had language. It wanted novelty. It wanted signal. It wanted the thing that might this time change everything. Nothing changed. You put it down, and the wanting began again.